Welcome back to After Dark Stories. Tonight, we journey to the vast, wind-swept Kazakh steppe, an endless ocean of grass and sky, where the nights are colder than ice, and the silence is so deep it can swallow a scream whole. This is the legend of the Night Rider, the ghostly warrior who still roams the darkness, forever searching for a battle long since lost. Centuries ago, when rival clans clashed across these open plains, there lived a horseman of incredible ferocity. His loyalty to his kin was absolute, his skill in battle unmatched. Clad in armor as black as a starless night, he rode a powerful steed, a deadly force on the battlefield. During one particularly brutal clash under a bruised twilight sky, he saw an enemy raider break from the fray and escape into the distance. Consumed by duty, the warrior gave chase, vanishing into a sudden, swirling storm of dust and wind that swept across the steppe. His clan searched for days, calling his name into the deafening emptiness. They never found him, but they did find his horse. The magnificent animal was standing alone, trembling violently, its mane soaked not with rain or sweat, but with dark, sticky blood. The warrior was gone, presumed dead, lost to the unforgiving landscape. But the steppe, they say, has a long memory, and it never forgot its fallen son. Fast forward to today, the world has changed. The clans have faded into history, replaced by highways, trucks, and modern towns. Yet, the old stories persist, whispered by those who travel the steppe after dark. Long-haul truck drivers, late-night travelers, and remote shepherds all share the same chilling accounts. A lone rider, materializing out of the inky blackness. A powerful black horse that moves without a single sound. A warrior in tattered, ancient armor, his head bowed beneath a cracked and weathered helmet. Some witnesses claim his eyes glow with a faint, pale light, not the spark of life, but the cold fire of undying rage. Truckers report the impossible. The horseman will suddenly appear, galloping alongside their rig, matching their speed perfectly, meter for meter. His dark cloak whips and billows wildly in the wind, even on nights when the air is perfectly still. If they slow down, he slows down. If they dare to speed up, he vanishes in the blink of an eye, only to reappear moments later in their rearview mirror, a silent, menacing silhouette growing larger behind them. There is no sound of hooves on the pavement, no puff of breath in the cold air, no footprints left in the dust. Just a shadow where a man ought to be. One of the most terrifying modern encounters with the Night Rider happened on a deserted stretch of road outside the city of Shymkent. A young couple was driving home late one night, the empty highway stretching before them like a black ribbon. Suddenly, without any warning, their car engine sputtered and died. The headlights went out, the dashboard went dark. They were plunged into absolute blackness, no phone signal. Nothing but the vast, silent steppe and a cold, mournful wind rising against the windows of the car. That's when they heard it, a slow, rhythmic, heavy sound. The sound of hooves approaching from behind them. But it was wrong. The ground didn't vibrate. The sound was hollow, empty, as if the horse wasn't really touching the earth at all. The man, trying to stay calm, got out of the car to check the engine. He popped the hood, fumbling for his phone's flashlight, and then he froze. There, in the distance, silhouetted against the faint starlight, stood a black horse. Its rider was sitting upright, perfectly motionless. The moonlight glinted off a cracked helmet. The armor was rusted and torn, and it seemed to be soaked with something dark that didn't reflect the light. Slowly, terrifyingly, the rider lifted his head. From beneath the shadow of the helmet, two pale, luminous eyes glowed, fixing on the man. Panic seized him. He scrambled back into the car, slamming and locking the door, his heart hammering against his ribs. He turned to his partner, but it was too late. The rider was already closer, much, much closer. The woman, her voice trembling, whispered, "Don't look at him, don't look at him." But it was impossible not to. The phantom horseman came to a stop right beside the driver's side window. The massive horse stood silent as a statue. The rider leaned down, his shrouded face just inches from the glass, and stared into the car. Those dim, ghostly eyes moved from the man to the woman, as if searching for a face he recognized from a distant memory, a face he held responsible for his fate, a face he sought vengeance against. He stared for what felt like an eternity. Then, just as suddenly as it had died, the car's engine roared back to life on its own. The headlights flashed on, illuminating the rider's ghastly form. Without a second thought, the couple stomped on the gas, tires screaming as they sped away into the night. They didn't dare look back, but for miles and miles, through the oppressive silence, they could still hear it, the sound of phantom hooves, following. The elders of the region, those who keep the old ways, will tell you that the night rider is not a creature of pure evil. He is a lost soul, a tormented spirit trapped between the moment of his death and the battlefield he never left. He is still fighting his final battle, chasing his final foe. Sometimes, in the confusion of his spectral existence, he mistakes modern travelers for the enemy warrior he pursued into that dust storm all those centuries ago. The enemy who escaped him in life, but whom he is determined will not escape him in death. So they offer a solemn warning to anyone who must cross the steppe after the sun has set. If you see him, if you see the lone, silent horseman on the horizon, there are rules you must follow. Do not slow down to get a better look. Do not look directly at his face, or what remains of it beneath that helmet. And never, ever stop your car on the open steppe after midnight. Because the night rider isn't hunting the living. He is hunting a memory. He is hunting the echoes of a violent past. And if, in his ghostly rage, he thinks you are the one who took his life, he will follow you. He will follow you across the steppe, across the night, and across the world. He has waited centuries for someone to finish his final chase. So, if you ever find yourself driving through the endless night of Kazakhstan, and you see a dark shape on the horizon, a shadow on horseback moving a little too fast, a little too quietly, just keep driving, and don't look back. More terrifying tales await. Subscribe for more After Dark stories.